what is micro-cheating and should you be concerned about it? I'm here with Reid from reidaboutsex.com, who's doing his getting rid of the shine.
I'm all oily.
And I'm Cathy Martilli from theintimacydojo.com.
I want to look professional.
As you do it during the video, I don't think that's how
We've been eating delicious food and watching Agents of Shield.
And working hard on kajabi.
And we're working hard on things. So, hi everyone, it's Reid and Cathy. What's going on, Cathy? What are we talking about today?
So there's this new trend, people talking about micro-cheating.
Micro-cheating.
Yeah, so if your partner flirts a little bit with someone or asks another woman, normally it's in a very heteronormative way,
okay.
But they're considering if the gentleman calls a woman friend to find out advice that he could Google. That was one of the things they listed as micro-cheating.
Micro-cheating.
Yeah, it's like cheating, but in little ways. Like it's the way to...
So if I ask a friend for advice that I could Google...
If it's a female friend that you're kind of...
lazy fidelity?
I guess.
What are you kids doing out there? What are you doing out there? Tink, tink, tink.
Well,
what are you coming up with? Tink, tink, tink. In my day, you cheated or you didn't cheat.
I think...
There's no question about it.
I think...
Get off my lawn.
Some of the things they were talking about made sense to me. Like, if you're not telling other people that you're in a relationship...
Or that you're asking for advice?
No, I mean, there was a whole list of things they were talking about.
What if I use the Yahoo search and not Google? Does Google think I'm micro-cheating?
Possibly.
Remember Ask Jeeves? Anyone? You kids? You remember Ask Jeeves?
Yeah. What was the one with the Labrador, the dog that would go get it?
No, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, so the idea is that there's these little things that people do that's not the same as sleeping with someone or having a relationship with someone that subtracts from the core relationship. And that you're not supposed to be more happy to see somebody else than your own partner at any given time.
It's not fair?
It's not fair, and it might subtract from the power of the core relationship.
Okay.
And so, to me, part of it is, what are your agreements? Do you actually have specific agreements with your partner about these things? If you've agreed to that, then you might be, What
other kind of cheating was it? I mean, obviously, sexting with somebody and hiding it.
Yeah.
If you don't have a don't ask, don't tell policy.
Right.
And with don't ask, don't tell, if you're going to set that up, and I don't recommend that you do, but if you're going to set that up, then have a list of well, here's what don't ask, don't tell kind of covers. Yeah. Just so that you kind of know what the umbrella of don't ask, don't tell would cover. But, okay, so sexting would be micro-cheating, or is that macro-cheat?
That's pushing the edges of micro-cheating, I would guess.
Okay. Well, you're a scientist. PhD scientist, by the way.
Yeah.
But not... With patents in her name. So, just from a sciencey perspective, you've got micro. What's the next level up from micro for, like a microscope? Is there a... Just
a regular...
Just a scope?
Just a scope.
And then a telescope?
Yeah.
Okay.
But one of the things, another one they were saying was
telecheating? Is there telecheating? What is this? I'm being sassy because I think this is interesting.
Well, another example was if I'm hanging out with a friend that I kind of am interested in, and I imply that my relationship might be breaking up soon, even though I know it's not. That's micro-cheating. I'm kind of hinting, kind of keeping people on implying that the relationship isn't as strong as it is, or hiding the relationship, so that I can flirt and have more connection with other people.
So, what do you want me to rule on here? What's the question? What are my thoughts? I've never heard of micro-cheating. I have to. Apparently, I'm not hip. I'm just an old man now. Well, so here's a couple things. There's coming up with language for things can be useful, right? Because it's hard to talk about things if you don't have words for them. It's hard to to be able to name something, then you can talk about it. And you could be nerdy and go down the whole semiotics, rabbit hole of if you don't have words, it's hard to talk about things and have an actual conversation. Would be hard to come up with agreements and protocols for things that don't have names. Right. And if we're going to have agreements where we kind of collaborate and come up with a thing that feels like a good spot, right? You've got, hold this. So these are my boundaries, and everything on the outside of this, I'm a no to. Everything on the inside of the square, I'm a yes to. And the stuff in the middle, a hell yes. but also on the edges, kind of like maybe I'm not into this, but I'm still a yes. But everything I'm a yes to on the inside. Cathy, boundaries, no, ow. These are all Cathy's edges that we now come into no land, noville, and then yesville. So if you don't have words to talk about things, then it's hard for us to talk about our needs and our wants and our desires, and then find where
the Venn diagram,
where we have the overlap. And it's in the overlap where our yeses meet is where we should play, because that's the sweet spot where I don't have to be like, come on over to this corner, Cathy. If you don't love me, if you love me, you would come over here. Like, it's not about that, because there's all this stuff that Cathy's a yes to that I don't have to be a yes to. If we can't talk about it, then we can't make agreements and find where the overlap is. Right. So naming something's useful. The challenge with micro is, for one person, micro means less than. So it's not really cheating.
Yeah.
It's a micro cheat.
And something else,
But for other people, it's, being able to talk about it is, no, like, this isn't cheating the way the universe talks about it, but this is like kind of a micro cheat. So, like, this is where it gets problematic, right? Like, you start making things nuanced, it's useful, but I'm curious about, like, what would be the opposite of, not the opposite of micro cheating, but like what would be like self-expression, like flirting. For some people, flirting isn't
cheating.
Like, flirting is a place where they kind of overlap, right? I'm gonna do this way. So there's overlap. I'm like, okay, we can flirt in that, like, this is fine. Just don't fall in love with anybody, or don't date somebody, or don't sleep with somebody. You asking for advice from a friend when you could have Googled it, well, maybe you're just a shitty Googler, and I understand. Or you just wanted
to talk to your friend.
Yeah, or you like asking your friends for things because you're old, and you don't necessarily think to Google or watch a YouTube video about the freaking thing. You reach out, you post on Facebook, hey, can somebody help me? Am I micro-cheating?
I wouldn't consider that micro-cheating, but they did list it in the article.
Yeah. I would say where it's interesting is, if you have an agenda that you know of, and you're not copying to it, then you're not being as truthful or fidelis as you could be. Because for me, fidelity has nothing to do with sexual fidelity or emotional fidelity, because in my relationship with Allison, she can fall in love with other people, and I'm okay with that. That's why we're polyamorous. However, if she fell in love with somebody and didn't tell me, it would be weird, because she's not being truthful.
Yeah.
And if she needed to fall in love with somebody and not tell me for her own privacy reasons, I mean, she could call that, like, she could play that card, but we would still have a conversation about her privacy needs, right? Or she would come to me and be like, hey, there's something I realized. I need to be able to fall in love and not have to talk to you about it. And I'd be like, okay, I don't know how I feel about that. Let me go feel how I feel about that, and then come back and let's have a conversation and figure out if we can create an agreement.
Yeah.
But micro cheating, huh?
Yeah, it's a thing now. And people are getting in trouble. I love the idea of talking about it.
People are getting in trouble. You read the article, so I didn't.
Yeah, so the article is written for in a very heteronormative way for women to, like, call their boyfriends out on it.
Okay.
And they were saying, like, these are micro cheating things, and you shouldn't let your boyfriend do that or your partner do that.
What magazine or publication was this?
I've forgotten now. Sorry.
All right. No, it's okay. I'm not.
Tell
me.
I've seen the concept elsewhere, but this article.
Well, now it sounds like slippery slope.
Yeah.
Which also sounds like,
you looked at her. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you should be able to have conversations about these things.
What's important?
Because slippery slope usually means, from my perspective, people can't control themselves, which also usually means people don't know how to talk about it.
Yeah.
So they draw this line of, you can't do this. And then what happens with micro cheating is, you can't, I don't think anybody could tell me all the things that fit into the bucket of micro cheating.
Yeah.
So then somebody's in this weird place where, how do they win?
Yeah.
And now we're back to, from my perspective, like, what's your intention in relationships? What are your agreements?
Yeah. And are you honoring the agreements?
Yeah. And then how do you make each other feel loved, honored, and cherished? Because if I can make Allison feel loved, honored, and cherished, then there's a good chance she doesn't really
care
or isn't threatened
yeah.
or worried by me asking my friend, you know, for an answer that I could Google.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I think I wanted to talk about it because I was reading it and I was like, some of them I could see, like most relationships, monogamous relationships would consider that cheating, but a lot of them I felt were like, oh wow, people should make agreements about that, not just be in trouble if they did them. So thank you.
Yeah. That was useful. What do you think?
Yeah, we'd love to know what you think. Please leave comments below.
See, now I'm all sweaty.
We'll do another video and you can put more on.
Bye.